Top story, 500,000 or more people gathering in the nation's capital in the Women's March. It happened this afternoon. In fact, so many people turned out that the march never really moved that much but filled the National Mall instead. A record number of people showing up to speak out against President Donald Trump's rhetoric and policies. And tens of thousands more taking part in sister marches across the U.S. and Europe, including right here in Atlanta. Police estimate more than 60,000 people took to the streets of downtown Atlanta for the March for Social Justice and Women. We have live team coverage for you tonight on those protests, beginning with Ryan Kruger. Ryan?
Ron, Atlanta's march was one of the biggest in the country, and it was led by one of the men who refused to watch President Donald Trump take the oath.
The dreary weather may have delayed the march, but it didn't dampen the crowds. Starting at the Center for Civil and Human Rights, an estimated 60,000 people marched through downtown Atlanta to the state capitol. The view from above shows the massive crowd stretching across several blocks.
People around the world are marching for what is right, for what is fair and just.
Congressman John Lewis, who was in a feud with President Donald Trump in the days leading up to the inauguration, inspired the crowd. Fellow Democratic Congressman Hank Johnson told us about the kinds of political fights he sees in the coming days and years.
But we're not going to allow the Republicans to take us back to a time when people didn't have health care, to a time where foreclosures were running rife throughout the countryside. I think it sends a message to Congress and to the president that they need to be careful about trotting over the people.
And Atlanta police telling us tonight that the crowd was peaceful, no incidents or arrests. The protest ended around 5:30 this evening.